There are moments in life when a single voice rises above the noise, delivering a message so powerful that it reverberates across generations and borders. This message speaks of courage in the face of fear, of standing firm when the world around you seems to crumble. It reminds us that true strength is not measured by the force of our actions alone, but by the unwavering spirit within us that refuses to surrender. This message calls on each of us to recognize the value of sacrifice, not for personal gain but for the greater good. It urges us to protect what is dear, to defend those who cannot defend themselves, and to believe that even in the darkest moments hope can be a guiding light. It teaches us that bravery is not the absence of fear, but the choice to move forward despite it. In a world often divided by conflict and misunderstanding, this message reminds us of the power of unity and resilience. It challenges us to look beyond our differences and find common ground rooted in humanity. It encourages us to stand up for justice, to speak out against wrongs, and to carry forward the legacy of those who gave their all for peace. Most importantly, this message inspires us to live with purpose and integrity, to leave behind footprints of kindness and courage. It tells us that our actions, no matter how small, can create ripples that change the course of history. It is a call to be the light in moments of darkness, to hold fast to our values, and to never forget the strength that lies within each of us. True strength is not something that can be measured by physical power or outward appearances. It is something deeper, something that resides within each of us, a quiet, unyielding courage that surfaces when we face challenges that seem overwhelming. This kind of strength emerges not when everything is easy, but precisely in moments of great fear and uncertainty. It is the refusal to give up, even when the odds are stacked against us, when the path ahead is dark and filled with danger. It is the decision to stand firm, to hold one's ground, and to push forward, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Inner courage is what allows people to face their fears head-on instead of running away. It is what transforms fear from a paralyzing force into a motivator to act. When fear threatens to consume us, true strength is the spark that reignites hope and determination. This courage does not mean a lack of doubt or anxiety. Rather, it means embracing those feelings but refusing to let them dictate our actions. The strongest hearts are often the ones that feel the most deeply but still choose to persevere. They understand that courage is not the absence of fear but the mastery of it. This refusal to give up is a testament to human resilience and spirit. Life will inevitably present obstacles, moments when failure seems imminent, and the easiest option is to surrender. Yet those who possess true strength rise above these moments. They see setbacks not as the end, but as part of the process, as necessary tests of their resolve. They know that every step taken forward, no matter how small, is progress toward a greater goal. This persistence, fueled by inner courage, can inspire those around them, creating a ripple effect of hope and determination that spreads far beyond the individual. True strength also means holding on to one's values and principles during times of trial. When external pressures demand compromise, it takes courage to remain true to oneself and to what is right. This kind of moral strength is as vital as physical endurance. It requires a clear vision of what one stands for and the will to protect those beliefs in the face of adversity. When the world seems to be crumbling, staying grounded in integrity and purpose is a powerful form of strength that can withstand any storm. In addition, true strength encourages us to protect and care for others. It is not selfish or self-centered, rather it is deeply connected to a sense of responsibility toward the community. Those with inner courage are often the first to step forward to defend those who cannot defend themselves. Their strength becomes a shield for others, a beacon of safety and reassurance. Sacrifice and selflessness are natural extensions of this courage, proving that true strength shines brightest when it is used to uplift and protect. Moreover, this kind of strength fosters hope. Even in the darkest moments, when despair threatens to take hold, the courageous find a way to see beyond the immediate struggle. They envision a better future and hold on to that vision as a source of motivation. This hope is not naive or blind optimism, but a grounded belief that change is possible through perseverance and faith. It is the light that guides them through uncertainty and fuels their determination to keep moving forward. Ultimately, true strength is a gift that resides within all of us. It is not reserved for heroes of legend or extraordinary circumstances alone. Every person has the capacity to summon this inner courage when faced with their own battles. It may not always be loud or visible, but it is there, waiting to be called upon in moments that matter most. This strength is what defines the human spirit and what allows us to face the unknown with dignity and resolve. In remembering this, we are reminded that we do not have to be perfect or fearless. What matters most is the willingness to keep trying, to stand tall in the face of fear, and to choose courage every single day. This is the kind of strength that can change lives, build communities, and ultimately transform the world. It is a message that resonates deeply, urging each of us to find and nurture the bravery within ourselves, so that no matter what challenges we encounter, we have the power to overcome them. Sacrifice for the greater good is one of the most profound and noble acts a person can undertake. It speaks to a selflessness that goes beyond personal interests and comforts, reaching towards something much larger than the individual. This kind of sacrifice is not made lightly. It demands courage, humility, and a deep commitment to the welfare of others. When someone chooses to put aside their own desires, safety, or even life for the benefit of the community or humanity as a whole, they embody a spirit of generosity and love that uplifts everyone around them. At its core, sacrifice for the greater good is about recognizing that we are interconnected, that our actions affect not just ourselves but also those around us. It requires a vision that extends beyond the immediate and the personal toward a future where others can thrive and live in peace. This kind of sacrifice is often invisible or unnoticed by the wider world, yet it forms the foundation upon which societies and communities are built. It is the quiet acts of giving, the willingness to endure hardship, and the readiness to face danger that create the conditions for safety, freedom, and progress. To truly understand the depth of such sacrifice, one must appreciate the personal cost involved. Giving up something valuable, whether it be time, comfort, possessions, or even one's own well-being, is never easy. It calls for a strength of character and a conviction that the cause is worthy of such loss. This willingness to endure personal hardship for the sake of others distinguishes those who act out of genuine compassion and duty from those motivated by selfish desires. It reflects a profound understanding that the well-being of the many outweighs the needs of the few or the one. Sacrifice also serves as a powerful form of protection. By standing in harm's way or by bearing burdens others cannot, those who sacrifice create a shield around their communities. Their actions preserve lives, maintain peace, and provide hope in times of crisis. When one person sacrifices for the many, they help to build a safer, stronger environment where others can live without fear. This protection is not limited to physical safety. It also encompasses protecting values such as justice, dignity, and freedom, which are essential for a healthy society. Furthermore, sacrifice has the power to uplift and inspire. Witnessing someone give selflessly for the greater good can awaken a sense of hope and purpose in others. It reminds people that there is goodness and courage in the world, even in the face of adversity. Such acts can motivate entire communities to come together, to support one another, and to continue the work of building a better future. Sacrifice creates a legacy, an enduring example of how one person's actions can ripple outward, encouraging countless others to rise and contribute. This kind of sacrifice often requires putting aside fear and doubt. It is never easy to face uncertainty or danger for the sake of others. But those who do so exhibit a bravery that transcends ordinary courage. They understand that some causes demand more than words. They demand action even when the consequences are grave. The willingness to make this sacrifice is a testament to the depth of one's love for humanity and the strength of one's convictions. Sacrifice for the greater good also fosters a sense of unity and shared purpose. When individuals come together to work toward a common goal, driven by a spirit of selflessness, they create bonds that transcend differences in background, culture, or belief. This unity is vital for overcoming the challenges that face any community or society. It reminds us that progress is not achieved by a single person alone, but through collective effort and mutual support. Importantly, sacrifice is not about martyrdom or suffering for suffering's sake. It is about choosing to bear hardship as a means of creating something better, Peace where there was conflict, freedom where there was oppression, hope where there was despair. It is an active choice to contribute to a cause greater than oneself, fueled by compassion and responsibility. This conscious decision elevates sacrifice from mere loss to a powerful act of creation and renewal. In reflecting on the significance of sacrifice for the greater good, we see that it calls each of us to examine our own lives and consider how we might serve others. It challenges us to look beyond our comfort zones and personal ambitions, to find ways, big or small, to contribute to the well-being of those around us, whether through acts of kindness, standing up for justice, or supporting those in need. Every effort counts. Each sacrifice, no matter its size, builds a stronger, more compassionate world. Ultimately, the willingness to sacrifice for the greater good is a testament to the best qualities of humanity. It is a declaration that some values are worth fighting for, that love and duty can inspire great courage, and that through selflessness we can protect and uplift one another. This message resonates deeply across time and culture, reminding us all of the power we hold when we choose to put the needs of others above our own. It invites us to live with purpose, integrity, and an open heart, knowing that in doing so we contribute to a legacy far greater than ourselves. Bravery is often misunderstood as the absence of fear, as if someone who is brave simply does not experience fear at all. In reality, bravery means something far deeper and more meaningful. It is the conscious decision to take action despite feeling fear. Fear is a natural, instinctive response designed to protect us from danger, but bravery involves recognizing that fear, accepting it, and moving forward anyway. It is this choice, this deliberate act of courage in the face of uncertainty that defines true bravery. Every person encounters fear at various points in life. It can take many forms: fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of the unknown, or fear of harm. These feelings can be powerful and overwhelming, capable of holding us back or causing us to retreat into safety. Yet bravery does not mean we never feel these emotions. Instead, it means understanding that fear is not a barrier but a signal that can be acknowledged without controlling us. Bravery is choosing to face what frightens us because there is something more important at stake. When people are brave, they do not deny their vulnerability or pretend to be fearless. They recognize their limitations and anxieties but refuse to be paralyzed by them. This recognition requires honesty and self-awareness. To be brave is to admit to oneself, I am scared, but I will act anyway. This act of defiance against fear is what propels individuals to take risks, make sacrifices, and stand up for what they believe in. It is the foundation of progress and growth in every aspect of life. Bravery is also deeply connected to responsibility. Often the moments that demand bravery are those when a person must protect others or stand up for justice. In these situations, the choice to act despite fear reflects a commitment to values greater than oneself. It is not just about overcoming personal fears, but about prioritizing the welfare of others and the greater good. This selflessness, coupled with courage, amplifies the impact of bravery and makes it a powerful force for change. In many ways, bravery is a daily practice rather than a single heroic event. It can be found in the quiet decisions made every day, choosing to speak up against injustice, to care for someone in need, to pursue a difficult goal despite doubt and obstacles. These everyday acts of courage may not make headlines, but they build character and resilience over time. They remind us that bravery is accessible to everyone, not just those who perform grand feats. Moreover, bravery inspires others. When people witness acts of courage, it stirs something within them, a sense of possibility, hope, and motivation. Seeing someone face their fears and still move forward encourages others to do the same. This ripple effect can create communities and societies where courage is valued and nurtured. Bravery becomes contagious, spreading strength and confidence throughout the collective. It is important to understand that bravery does not guarantee success or safety. Acting despite fear sometimes leads to failure or hardship. However, the value of bravery lies not in the outcome but in the act itself. Choosing to confront fear, to engage with the world despite uncertainty, is an achievement of its own. It fosters growth, learning, and resilience, enabling individuals to face future challenges with greater strength. Bravery also teaches humility. It reminds us that being courageous is not about being invincible or perfect. It is about being human, vulnerable, imperfect, and sometimes scared, but still willing to rise to the occasion. This humility allows brave individuals to connect with others authentically, building trust and solidarity. It is a source of strength that comes from embracing one's true self, flaws and all. In times of crisis or conflict, bravery becomes especially crucial. It can mean the difference between despair and hope, defeat and victory. When people choose to act despite fear, they become beacons of light in dark times. Their courage sustains communities, inspires resistance against oppression, and opens the door to peace and reconciliation. The legacy of such bravery lives on long after the moment has passed, influencing future generations. At its heart, bravery is a reminder that fear is not the enemy in action. Fear is a natural part of life, but allowing it to stop us from doing what is right or necessary is what holds us back. Bravery is the choice to break free from the chains of fear and move forward with purpose and determination. It challenges us all to confront our own fears, to find the strength within ourselves to act, and to trust that courage, even in small doses, can change the course of our lives and the world around us. This understanding of bravery is both empowering and humbling. It means that courage is available to everyone, regardless of circumstance. It invites us to reframe how we see fear, not as a weakness, but as an opportunity to prove our strength. By embracing bravery as the act of choosing to move forward despite fear, we open ourselves to growth, transformation, and the possibility of making a meaningful difference. Unity and resilience are fundamental qualities that enable individuals and communities to overcome division and conflict. In a world where differences, whether cultural, political, or social, often seem to create barriers, these two forces serve as the glue that holds people together and the strength that helps them endure hardship. Without unity and resilience, conflicts can deepen, tearing apart the fabric of society and leaving wounds that are difficult to heal. Yet when these qualities are embraced, they pave the way for reconciliation, growth, and lasting peace. Unity is the conscious decision to come together despite differences. It means recognizing that at our core we share more in common than what divides us. Unity requires empathy, understanding, and a willingness to listen to perspectives different from our own. It is not about erasing individual identities or beliefs, but about finding shared values and common goals that bind people together. When people unite, they create a powerful force that can face challenges more effectively than any individual acting alone. The strength of unity lies in its ability to transform conflict into collaboration. In times of division, it is easy for misunderstandings and mistrust to grow. However, when individuals choose to unite, they open channels of communication that foster dialogue and mutual respect. This collective approach helps to break down stereotypes, dispel fears, and build bridges where walls once stood. Unity turns potential enemies into partners working toward a shared future, demonstrating that cooperation is possible even in the most difficult circumstances. Resilience, on the other hand, is the capacity to withstand adversity and recover from setbacks. It is the inner strength that enables individuals and communities to endure hardships without losing hope or giving in to despair. Resilience is what allows people to rebuild after conflict, to heal wounds, and to continue striving for a better tomorrow. It is not a passive quality, but an active process of adaptation and perseverance in the face of obstacles. Together, unity and resilience create a dynamic interplay that is essential for overcoming division. Unity provides the foundation for collective strength, while resilience sustains the spirit needed to face ongoing challenges. When people stand together, they share not only their resources and skills, but also their courage and hope. This shared strength makes it possible to confront even the most entrenched conflicts and to work toward solutions that benefit all parties involved. The importance of these qualities can be seen in countless examples throughout history. Communities torn apart by war or discrimination have found ways to come back together through acts of unity and resilience. They have chosen dialogue over violence, forgiveness over hatred, and cooperation over division. These choices are never easy, but they are necessary for healing and progress. They show that even after the darkest times, people can rebuild trust and create societies rooted in justice and peace. Unity also helps to prevent future conflicts by fostering inclusion and understanding. When people feel heard and valued, they are less likely to resort to violence or hostility. Inclusion strengthens the social fabric, making it more resilient to external pressures and internal tensions. By embracing diversity within unity, societies become more adaptable and innovative, better equipped to face the complexities of the modern world. Resilience complements this by ensuring that setbacks do not become permanent barriers. In any process of reconciliation or peace building, difficulties and disappointments are inevitable. Resilience allows individuals and communities to absorb these blows without losing their sense of purpose or direction. It nurtures patience and persistence, reminding people that change often comes slowly and requires continuous effort. Moreover, resilience is closely tied to hope. It is the belief that despite challenges, a better future is possible. This hopeful outlook motivates people to keep working together, to continue building unity even when progress seems slow or uncertain. Hope and resilience together fuel the determination needed to overcome deep-rooted conflicts and to create lasting peace. The journey toward unity and resilience also requires leadership and vision. Leaders who understand the value of these qualities can inspire others to embrace common goals and to face challenges with courage. They help to set a tone of respect, inclusion, and cooperation, modeling behaviors that foster trust and solidarity. Such leadership is crucial in moments of crisis, guiding communities through uncertainty toward healing and reconciliation. At the individual level, unity and resilience encourage people to look beyond themselves and to invest in the well-being of their communities. They invite us to cultivate empathy, patience, and a spirit of cooperation. By doing so, we contribute to a collective strength that can withstand division and conflict. Each act of kindness, each gesture of understanding, builds the foundation for a more united and resilient society. Ultimately, the combination of unity and resilience offers a path forward in a world often marked by division. It reminds us that while conflicts may arise, they need not define us or dictate our future. By choosing to come together and to endure hardships with courage and hope, people demonstrate the power of the human spirit to overcome adversity. This message is timeless and universal, encouraging every one of us to play a part in building a world where peace and cooperation prevail over discord and strife. In embracing unity and resilience, we affirm our shared humanity and our capacity to heal and grow. We recognize that despite our differences, we are stronger together, and that through perseverance, compassion, and collaboration, we can create a more just and peaceful world for generations to come. Standing up for justice and peace is a profound way to honor those who have sacrificed before us. It is a recognition that the struggles and hardships endured by previous generations were not in vain, but rather were battles fought to create a better, more equitable world. Every act of courage in the pursuit of justice and every effort to build peace carries forward a legacy of sacrifice, reminding us that freedom, dignity, and harmony are precious and must be actively protected and nurtured. To stand up for justice means to confront inequality, discrimination, and oppression wherever they exist. It involves speaking out against injustice, advocating for fairness, and striving to create systems that respect the rights and humanity of all individuals. This commitment often requires great courage because it can put one at odds with powerful forces or entrenched interests. Yet it is through these acts of bravery that societies evolve and move closer to the ideals of equality and human dignity. Those who came before have often faced tremendous risks, sometimes losing their lives in order to challenge unjust laws and social norms. By continuing this work, we honor their sacrifices by refusing to let their struggles be forgotten or undone. Peace, similarly, is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice, understanding, and respect among people. Building peace demands patience, empathy, and the willingness to engage in dialogue, even when differences seem insurmountable. It requires us to break cycles of violence and retaliation, seeking instead reconciliation and healing. Standing for peace means investing in relationships and institutions that promote harmony and prevent future conflicts. This effort honors the memory of those who have suffered and died in wars and disputes, recognizing that lasting peace is the true goal for which they gave so much. When we actively stand up for justice and peace, We acknowledge the weight of history and the cost of progress. We remember that many have paved the way through sacrifice, whether by fighting on battlefields, marching in protests, or quietly working behind the scenes to bring about change. Their courage and dedication remind us that the freedoms and rights we enjoy today were not simply granted, they were earned through struggle. To honor them is to carry their legacy forward, continuing the work with determination and respect. This responsibility to uphold justice and peace is not limited to grand gestures or public acts alone. It is reflected in everyday decisions and behaviors, choosing kindness over cruelty, fairness over favoritism, and truth over silence. Honoring those who sacrificed also means educating ourselves and others about the history of injustice and the efforts made to overcome it. Knowledge empowers us to recognize patterns of inequality and to resist complacency. It reminds us that progress is fragile and requires vigilance. By understanding the past, we can better appreciate the value of standing up for justice and peace in the present and future. The path of standing for justice and peace is often challenging and fraught with setbacks. Change rarely happens overnight, and the forces of injustice and conflict can be deeply entrenched. However, the examples set by those who sacrificed before us show that perseverance is vital. Their resilience in the face of adversity inspires us to remain committed, even when the journey is difficult. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a tribute to their courage and a contribution to a more just and peaceful world. In addition, standing for justice and peace fosters hope. It encourages belief in the possibility of a better future and motivates collective action. When people unite around these principles, they create a powerful momentum that can overcome fear, hatred, and division. This unity strengthens communities and builds bridges across differences, showing that a world grounded in fairness and harmony is achievable. Ultimately, standing up for justice and peace is a moral imperative and a tribute to the sacrifices of those who came before us. It is an expression of gratitude for their courage and an affirmation of our shared humanity. By embracing this responsibility, we not only honor their memory but also ensure that their sacrifices continue to bear fruit. We help create a legacy of hope, dignity, and peace for generations yet to come. Through our actions, words, and commitments, we keep alive the spirit of those who fought for justice and peace. We transform their sacrifices into a living force that shapes the present and builds the future. In this way, standing up for justice and peace is more than a duty. It is a powerful testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit and a beacon guiding us all toward a world where freedom, fairness, and peace prevail. Every small act of kindness and courage holds within it the potential to create lasting and positive change in the world. These seemingly simple gestures, often overlooked or undervalued, carry a power far greater than their size might suggest. Kindness and courage, even in their smallest forms, can ripple outward, touching lives in ways that build hope, foster connection, and inspire transformation across communities and generations. Kindness is a universal language, understood by all, transcending culture, language, and circumstance. When a person chooses to show kindness, whether through a gentle word, a helping hand, or a listening ear, they offer a moment of comfort and recognition to another human being. Such moments have the power to break down barriers of loneliness, fear, or despair. They remind people that they are seen and valued, that their existence matters. These small acts can restore faith in humanity and ignite a chain reaction, one kind gesture inspiring another, spreading goodwill in a way that no one act alone could accomplish. Courage often accompanies kindness in these acts, especially when kindness requires standing up for what is right or stepping outside one's comfort zone. It takes bravery to be kind in difficult situations, to confront injustice, or to offer support when doing so may expose oneself to criticism or risk. Courageous kindness means acting even when it is hard, even when the outcome is uncertain. It is the decision to do what is right, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. This blend of kindness and courage creates a powerful force that challenges negativity and builds resilience. The cumulative effect of many small acts of kindness and courage can lead to profound social change. While grand gestures and large-scale movements are often celebrated, it is important to recognize that they are built on countless individual moments of care and bravery. Each time someone chooses to intervene in bullying, to share resources with those in need, to speak out against injustice, or to forgive, they lay another stone in the foundation of a more compassionate and just society. These acts are the threads that weave together communities and foster environments where people feel safe, supported, and empowered. Moreover, small acts of kindness and courage create a model for others to follow. When individuals witness these behaviors, it inspires them to act similarly. This social contagion effect means that positivity and bravery can spread quickly, influencing cultures and norms in ways that benefit the collective. In this way, the impact of one person's small gesture can grow exponentially, reaching far beyond what they might imagine at the moment of action. These acts also have a healing quality. In times of conflict, trauma, or division, kindness and courage can be balm for wounds both visible and invisible. They can rebuild trust between estranged individuals or groups, mend broken relationships, and provide hope to those who feel forgotten or powerless. By fostering understanding and compassion, small acts help to repair the social fabric that binds us together. This healing process is essential for moving forward and creating lasting peace and justice. It is important to acknowledge that small acts do not require grand resources or extraordinary abilities. Everyone has the capacity to be kind and courageous in their daily lives. It might be as simple as offering a smile to a stranger, standing up for a colleague facing unfair treatment, or volunteering time to support a community cause. These everyday choices may seem insignificant in isolation, but when practiced consistently, they accumulate to make a meaningful difference. Furthermore, small acts of kindness and courage empower individuals. They remind us that we are not helpless in the face of the world's challenges. Each person has agency, the ability to contribute positively, no matter how modest the effort. This realization is deeply empowering and encourages ongoing engagement rather than resignation. When people recognize that their actions matter, they become active participants in shaping their communities and the world. In addition to the outward impact, acts of kindness and courage nourish the giver as well. Engaging in positive actions fosters a sense of purpose and connection. It combats feelings of isolation and helplessness, replacing them with a sense of contribution and belonging. This inner benefit encourages a cycle of giving and growing, where the person who acts kindly and bravely gains strength and motivation to continue doing so. The world's history is filled with examples of monumental change sparked by small acts. Movements for civil rights, social justice, and peace often begin with one person making a courageous choice to act kindly and stand up for what is right. These initial sparks can ignite larger flames of transformation that change laws, attitudes, and societies. Recognizing the power of small acts helps to democratize the idea of change, making it accessible to all rather than reserved for a few. Ultimately, every small act of kindness and courage is a seed planted in the soil of humanity. While the immediate effects may not always be visible, over time these seeds grow into forests of hope, understanding, and justice. They remind us that positive change is not solely the work of grand heroes or sweeping movements, but of ordinary people choosing to act with heart and bravery every day. In embracing the power of small acts, we affirm the value of each individual's contribution to the world. We acknowledge that change begins not only with bold speeches or major initiatives, but with simple, heartfelt actions that touch lives and inspire others. Through kindness and courage, no matter how small, each person can help shape a better, more compassionate future for all.